Because here at He Says, Z Says, we put the fun in Fansit.
Hello everyone, this is Zara. Welcome to my channel. I have here my husband,
MDJ Superstar, here today to put some fun in Fansit.
We're going to be trying the super hot Korean ramen noodles. We'll be having it for lunch. We haven't had lunch. We tried to style it as much as possible. We've heard a lot of things about it. We love hot, spicy food. I'm Cebuana. We eat a lot of spicy food with like siling labuyo. So
I'm Pinoy. I just eat a lot in general.
we're also celebrating our 4th anniversary this month. So I want Mark to ask me 4 questions that he's never asked me before. He has to answer. You don't know about that, no?
No.
French fries! You're supposed to ask me questions.
That wasn't part of the pre-prod though.
No, I didn't brief you on that. If you have tips for us on marriage and how to keep it going and how to just keep everything fun and alive, because really marriage is not easy.
Although I guess the good thing about Zara's idea is if you start sweating, you can say it's not because of the questions.
It's because of the pancit. It's because of the ramen. If I start crying and going emo over his questions, that's because of the noodles. What's your first question? Oh, my first question. I'll ask him a question. So, babe, what's the sweetest thing I've done for you?
The sweetest thing you've done for me.
Chocolates.
Oh well, there have been a lot, and I'm not just saying that to buy time to answer the question. I guess the number one thing, it's really been the patience that you've had. I haven't had the easiest jobs in the world, and they always take up so much of my own time and energy. And I know I can be a little bit of a grumpy bear when I come home. I'm masungit, I'm tired, I really don't want to talk, I had a tough day, I had a tough meeting. But you've accepted that. And when you sense that I just need to sleep, if I need to rest, if I need some good food at that moment to help me decompress and recover, you've given me that. So it's not any one thing, it's just that general patience and perseverance you've had to put up with someone like me when I'm in that kind of mood. Are you crying because of my answer? Or
because of your answer. It's not really that super spicy.
Really?
Yeah. Supposed to that spicy as you eat. Okay. That's so sweet. But yeah, I try my best. It's so hard when your schedules are bad. I used to have a really bad schedule at work. In fact, not only did I have a bad schedule, I'd have weird things like, babe, the person with me just got stabbed. I'll be home late, okay? So he's been really patient with me on a lot of things and the weird things that I do, because I always do get in trouble. Diba? Sarap ng noodles.
Holy mother effer!
It's good! So, okay, what's your name? Dalawa na ako. Do you know we don't even have water ready? What kind of wife does not prepare water on a spicy ramen shoot? Babe got me water. It kicks in after like 3 minutes. Ayan na, I'm naluluha. So babe, you already have a question for me.
I do have a question for you. I've known all throughout your life, you have been the queen of fat jokes. Okay? You have the meanest, most hard-hitting, most painful fat jokes I've ever heard.
Not because of, I've had a lot of practice in Cebu.
How does it feel knowing that you ended up with a guy like me, who's not exactly a CrossFit or underwear model?
You know, the fat jokes come from a place of love.
Please explain. Putang ina. It's fucking spicy. What the fuck?
it comes from a place of love. I do fat jokes to my sisters, my friends, but they don't really mind. You know why? Because they're so confident, and I know you're confident as well. So I don't really mind doing the fat jokes, and I love you because of your size. Actually, since we're already cursing, I will this is gonna be PG, huh? Okay, what are the advantages of loving a big man? Most of the time, I like feeling secure. It's so nice to hug a man with girth. It's nice to hug a man with arms and somebody who can protect you. So I really don't mind the size. Secondly, girls, try having sex with a big man. It's awesome. I'm not kidding you. The weight it's not about the size of the man. It's the size of the love in his heart, and he has a big heart. Even if I do joke about it, or I have a lot of fat jokes, they come from a place of love.
So girls, take note to what my wife says. Big men with the big love, with the big relationships.
Correct. Oh. So guys, don't be afraid to grow bigger. Honestly, if you feel big, if you gain weight, and you feel like, I'm feeling insecure, no, and try it out in bed. I'm not kidding. It makes such a big difference.
Do you mind if I gargle the iced tea?
Gargle ka dyan. Oh my God, lumabas sa ilong niya. My God. Iced tea levels coming out of the nose. My turn to ask a question. Alright. What's the biggest adventure, biggest challenge in this marriage?
A lot of you know that there is a significant age difference between both you and me. 5 years.
The age gap is not a lot. He's older.
And you've always been much, much more mature than your age. And I've always been a lot less mature than my age. So sometimes what feels like should have been a 5-year gap feels like a 10-year gap. There are a lot of stuff that I'm really passionate about. No? I love my wrestling. I love comic books. I love video games. I do try to act my age. But really, again, this is not just any one thing in particular. It's really the fact that in terms of life stage and maturity levels, you are so much more advanced than me. You're way ahead of me. In the first couple of years, yeah, it was.
Yeah, I agree. It was kind of hard. He told me he didn't know the Eurythmics.
Who the heck are those?
Di ba kakaloka? Eurythmics.
Is that like a new dance move?
No.
Can I burp on cam?
Yeah, because I feel like burping also.
Can we take a burp break? So what do you think of this pancit?
It's really tough. It's super good. I know we're talking about a very sensitive topics. Marriage is difficult, and this is really a pop quiz. He didn't expect this. I didn't really know what I'm supposed to ask him or what to answer. But this helps to keep the emotions down because it's so manghang and you don't really know if you're crying
Putang ina.
because of the freaking noodles, or you're crying because of the answers I'm thinking about them.
Spicy noodles I've ever had. No, but when I'm talking about the gap in maturity as well, I came into this marriage with a complete package. No, we never really had the time to just be husband and wife. since I had to learn to be a father immediately as well, to a wonderful, funny, but lately super moody young lady. She's 13 years old now. When I first met her, she was 6 years old. So of course, I always tell people, I hate children. I never want to have a child of my own. And that used to be just a joke. But coming into this relationship,
Actually, it wasn't a joke. You can be honest. It's difficult to have a child.
children are
Seriously.
noisy, they smell funny, their feet stink. Oh god, I'd rather have dogs. To be honest.
No, the stinky part, that's boys. I have a girl. She smells good.
She's nice. And I know at this stage I'm neither a perfect husband nor a perfect stepfather. By the way, Bea doesn't even call me a stepdad to my face. She has a nice nickname which I really like. She calls me Buffendor. Damn.
Excuse me, what's wrong with having a child?
There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. Because you were not noisy or smelly. And you're actually pretty cool. But it's more about my level of maturity at that time. I had to adjust. I had to learn to keep up with where you and your mother were, young lady.
Because she's watching.
And I'm still learning.
He's still learning, and I'm still learning. My sipon is like making tulo, and yeah, this noodle thing is hard.
Just so you guys know, I had LASIK surgery maybe a dozen years ago, and the doctor said one of the side effects is I will never cry again because my tear ducts are fried. But right now, guys, I'm crying so bad. After 4 years of being married, what's the biggest thing you still wish I could change?
My God, yan ang pop quiz question. Mali ako. That's hard. I can't, don't, no, it's not because it's so many. I can't think of anything. I don't really look at things as I want you to change, but more of we both adjust if there's something, when we don't really have major, like big, I will throw the pan at you kind of fights. We talk. That's what I like. I don't feel I'm so angry at you, I want to club you in the middle of the night like some of my friends, by the way, with their husbands.
You know who you are. I don't know who you are, but you know who you are.
But really, and we don't bring our fights to social media and just like post stuff like, oh, or make like some couples,
I think passive-aggressive hit and posts are the absolute worst way to deal with any kind of conflict, no?
That's just it, we're not passive-aggressive.
Yeah, we're just aggressive.
Aggressive. So, and that helps in a marriage. It helps that, fuck, this shit is so spicy. The more you talk, the more you prolong putting these noodles in your mouth, the spicier it gets. I feel like...
I did you get your 2 egg halves now?
Fuck yeah. It's so spicy! If there's anything I want to change about Mark and BJ, I think what I do want to change about you would be I'm not very sensitive and very honest. So, and I can be blunt and hurtful, not because, again, I'm just insensitive that way. As my classmates, my friends, my family, I'm so tactless. Is tactless a good word? If not a good word, what's another word? Upfront and straightforward. Yeah, even people at work. So, sometimes when, I guess we're in not good mood because we're tired, and then I start being that way, not to be, I guess, accept me for being such an honest bitch. What are you searching for, babe? Water? Champagne. Open. Champagne with ramen. Why not? Your thoughts on the noodles?
First of all, I'm dying. This stuff is a lot spicier than I thought it would be, and to be honest, I have a very high tolerance for heat. No? You asked me for if I want sriracha, do I want jalapenos, do I want sile. Sorry, I'm not in the physical shape to make lambing because I am sweating so bad.
Honestly, I really love this. It tastes so good. It's not bad at all. So,
it doesn't actually taste like anything. It's the heat that gets to you. If you ask me how I found its flavor, I couldn't talk about any flavor in particular. And like all other Korean food that we've had, it's not the heat that gets you right up front. Builds up, little by little, slowly by slowly. At first you're thinking, it's not that bad, you know, I can take this. I don't know why everyone's raving about it. But 5 forkfuls into it, 5 minutes later, you're dying. And that's my assessment of it. I loved it. I'm sweating so bad, but oh my god.
oh yeah, now it's hitting me.
Oh, we have water.
Yeah, he told you. Okay, my thoughts. Oh my god, parang ako nahilo sa hang. Ang hang. I like it. It's fun to eat. It was fun asking you questions and hearing your answers. Thank you so much. And at the same time, it wasn't a very good idea because the longer we talked, the more the heat just stuck to our mouth. And happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Happy 4th year anniversary.
Happy 4th year anniversary. We'd like to thank our sponsors for today. 2 times spicy chicken ramen. And don't forget, babe, thank you to Summit for sponsoring our water. And please take note that when you drink it, dapat nakaharap sa cam ang logo.
Hindi nakaharap sa tamang luho.
Ang hirap maging model.
And yeah, 4 years of fun sit.
And we didn't realize it when we started this video blog, but eating pancit, it's a metaphor for what marriage is like. Because it's long, it's spicy, bam!
You know, 4 years, we always fight for forever when you're married.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of the He Says, Z Says video vlogcast.
Thank you for joining us on my channel. See you. Please do subscribe to our Facebook group, Facebook page. Subscribe to my channel. And see you guys soon.